So yesterday, we covered Rudy Giuliani's abhorrent comment about how Obama doesn't love America. In fact, I'll give it to you again. He said, quote, "I do not believe that the president loves America." Simple enough. He doesn't love you, and he doesn't love me. He wasn't brought up the way you were brought up, and I was brought up through love of this country. Well, a guy named Wayne Barrett, who wrote a bio on Giuliani, decided to go in after hearing this comment because he knows quite a bit about Rudy Giuliani, and let's just say he lives in a wee bit of a glass house. So he says, quote, "Giuliani knows a lot about love. Ask Judy Nathan, his third wife, whom he started dating while still married to Hanover and New York mayor. In 2 SUVs, he had an entourage of 6 or 7 cops, traveled 11 times to Judy's Hamptons getaway at a taxpayer cost of $3,000 a trip. That's love." Oh, that stings, man. Rudy, you sure you don't want to take back those comments, man? So, he's referring to the fact that not only was Rudy Giuliani cheating, but he was cheating and spending taxpayer money in the process. Now, you guys have heard me speak about this before. When it comes to politicians and their affairs, I really don't give a shit, but the only time it becomes an issue where the public should give a shit is if there's hypocrisy when it comes to the policies you put forward. So if you're vehemently anti-gay and you're anti-gay marriage and anti-gay rights, but then you get caught blowing a dude in a New Jersey Turnpike bathroom, well, now it's an issue, and now we're going to talk about it. And now we're going to tear you down. But also, if you're using taxpayer money as you engage in infidelity, where's all the family values crowd, the conservative Republicans, the evangelical Christians? Why are they not saying, "Oh, Rudy Giuliani, evil guy. He's so evil. Look at what he did. Spent taxpayer money, big government," as he was boinking somebody other than his wife. So again, Rudy, sure you don't want to take back what you were saying about Obama? Ooh, but we're not done yet. He continues, quote, "This is a bow, no doubt, to the parenting prowess of Harold Giuliani, who did time in Sing Sing for holding up a Harlem milkman and was the bat-wielding enforcer for the loan sharking operation run out of a Brooklyn bar owned by Rudy's uncle. Harold Giuliani and 5 of his brothers," Barrett wrote, avoided serving in World War II, much like the ex-mayor received 5 deferments to avoid serving in Vietnam. Oh, so Mr. Patriotism, Mr. I love America, he doesn't love America. Well, it turns out your family are criminals, well-known criminals at that. And also, they're like, World War II, fighting Hitler, peace, bitches, I'm out of here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then later, of course, what do all these guys do? "Oh, yeah, it's a good thing we're fighting all these wars. I'm totally in favor of all the wars that we fight in, and it's so great. American strength, and it shows we're good people." Good people. Really? And where was your punk ass? I thought that you care deeply about the fight, you care deeply about the war, and you're screaming about how we should do it. Why you gotta send other poor, brave, young American men and women to die? Where was your punk ass? Oh, that's right, you were getting around it. You didn't actually want to go fight for it, so you don't have the courage of your convictions. And Rudy Giuliani himself, as he's saying to President Obama, "You don't love this country." What did he do? Vietnam? Dude, I got things to do next Thursday. I gotta go to fucking dry cleaners. I gotta go see my side piece, the third one. I gotta hit somebody with a bat for my dad and my uncle with our crime ring going on here. I'm not going to no goddamn Vietnam to protect the country. I don't know what you're talking about. Rudy, you're a silly person. You know, it drives me crazy that there are some people who the media insists on taking seriously. Donald Trump is one where we're like, why are you paying any attention to him? I mean, whenever we cover him, it's purely to mock him and to explain how he's a joke and a clown and a pathetic human being and a shell of a human being. So if you want to cover him in that context, okay. But they don't do that. They take Donald Trump seriously. They take Michelle Bachmann seriously, Sarah Palin, even after she lost the election. They're, okay, let's still take her seriously and talk about her. Okay. No. Rudy Giuliani, same thing, man. I mean, he's one of the people who not only does he contradict himself all the time, oftentimes he contradicts himself within the same fucking sentence. I'm not kidding about that. We discussed this yesterday, that there was an old segment we did where it wasn't Megyn Kelly talking about, it was Aaron Burnett discussing crime with him and violence with him. And Aaron Burnett brought up different statistics about racial discrimination. And Rudy Giuliani said, the stats are irrelevant. The stats don't matter. It doesn't mean anything. And then what did he do in the very next sentence? He gave stats about how black people do more crime. So he goes from stats are irrelevant, they don't mean anything, to saying stats are relevant if they're my stats and they prove that black people suck. Which is it, man? Are stats relevant or irrelevant? Oh, but I see how it works. When it's your stats, then they're relevant. When it's stats that disprove your case, then they're not relevant. See, this is just a not bright person talking. He's not smart. I mean, same thing with, and we covered this yesterday, he was speaking about how goddamn Obama never says Muslims do anything wrong. He won't recognize a bad part of Islam. So he's just blinding himself to reality. And then in the very next sentence, he said, I'm not sure the Crusades were wrong. And he said the Crusades were a battle between Muslim fighters and other barbarians or something like that. He avoided using the term Christians. So again, we're talking about a guy here who constantly contradicts himself. He's always living in a glass house. And Rudy, what this article shows is you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself.